We are in Vienna airport because we are going on a 2-day trip to Berlin. It's going to be a very short one. There is an AWS event in Berlin that I'm going to be speaking at, which is going to be tomorrow in the morning. We're going to go explore a little bit of Berlin. There's a friend of ours actually coming who is also speaking at the event. So she's going to join us today and we're going to just see some places. I actually have never been to Berlin, even though it's literally just 1 hour flight away from Vienna. But I just never planned it in. So this is my first time. I'm going to see some places that I want to see. And in the evening, I will prepare a little bit for the presentation for tomorrow. Maybe create like an outline or something, because I usually don't prep completely for my presentations, because I find them actually much better when they are a little bit more spontaneous, less scripted, because I just get to be more creative and more authentic and just speaking with the flow instead of just having like a script that I have to remember. So I'm just going to create like a little bit of outline and some talking points that I know like I want to cover these. And then tomorrow evening, the event is taking place. And generally, I believe the major thing for good presentation, if you are someone who is anxious about public speaking, but you want to kind of master it, I believe the key ingredient is to always think about how to deliver the most value possible to your audience in an engaging way. So without them basically falling asleep during your talk. If you are not nervous during your talk, and if you think about the audience versus focusing on yourself and, being anxious and nervous about how you look and how you are talking and how you come across, instead you literally just focus on giving value to the audience and why they actually came and sat there to listen to you, you will naturally find that flow with the confidence where you're engaging, interesting to the audience. Maybe you're, telling some jokes, some stories as a reference. So basically to make it much more engaging to everyone who is listening to your talk. And I believe that I'm actually pretty good at public speaking by default without like having to work too much at it. And my goal is actually to become as good on a camera or talking to the camera as I'm on a stage, because I think it's just a different vibe when you're talking to a live audience, because there's like different energy and you're actually seeing people that you're talking to. So I want to practice this skill of being as engaging and interesting on camera as I'm on stage. And I think it's just a matter of practice and putting in the reps, which is literally what I'm doing with the vlogs, with the videos. But I'm going to be basically putting in some effort, because this is something that I really want to become good at, because in the future I want to also be creating much more content, directing the video, because social media is much more scalable than just talking to 100 or 200 people in a live audience. So I'm gonna be practicing and putting some reps in it as well. So the plan is we're gonna finish our morning coffee and then we're gonna board our plane in 20-30 minutes or so. So see you in Berlin. Reception?
Yeah.
Ah, hello. So we're walking now in the center of Berlin from basically one side to another. We're just gonna spend the day exploring the rest of the city, maybe like the inner central parts of the city, but I'm mostly excited to see those cute coffee shops. Actually, that's my highlight always when I go on trips like this.
Can you hear?
Wie cute ist das denn? We got back to our hotel. We actually walked the entire day today in Berlin. I think we saw almost all the things on my list that I wanted to see, like the major interesting places. Explored some of the neighborhoods that I wanted to see. Here's our step counter, or Nikki's step counter. 22,600 steps today. And I actually feel it because I'm completely exhausted. My feet are sore already and they're hurting. We just took a shower, we got dressed, and now we're gonna go have dinner because we are super, super hungry and we're gonna need a good night's sleep, or at least I'm gonna need a good night's sleep for tomorrow to have energy for the event in the evening, plus maybe a little bit more exploration of the city in the morning. And then we have a lunch also planned with one of the sponsors at the event. So it's kind of a networking lunch pre-event. And then, I'm gonna think a little bit about my presentation at the event. And then we have a fireside chat where I'm on a panel basically discussing different topics and answering audience questions. And it's actually going to be till 8 p.m. tomorrow, so pretty late finish. And then day after tomorrow, early in the morning, we have our flight back to Vienna. So tomorrow is going to be busy, tiring day, but I'm actually looking forward to it because I always like events, meeting new people, giving talks and then connecting with some interesting people. So it's going to be fun and it's going to be eventful. So now we're going to go have dinner in a hotel and then bedtime. Good morning. It's a little bit rainy and cold outside, but we found a cozy coffee shop that we're gonna have breakfast at. So we're gonna drive there and then explore a little bit of the area before driving to the lunch place. So I'm gonna have my electrolytes for the morning and then we're gonna go off to have some coffee and breakfast. Bye. Video skills myself because our TechWorld Nana stuff is like just animations, which is like in like a software. So she was like, yeah, we can do this. I was like, okay, and then she designed the set, like with the background, like bookshelves and stuff like this.
The whole group has DevOps mixed with a lot more of the AI part as well.
Yeah.
Like they're getting in?
I'm always happy, even though we have like the paid courses and bootcamps, I'm always happy when I see comments or hear people who say just from the YouTube videos, they were able to get a DevOps job.
TechWorld with Nana, and on this channel, she shares a lot of knowledge about DevOps and DevSecOps. Thanks so much, Nana, and warm welcome to you.
It was a warm summer day of June in Vienna when I made a decision to completely change the trajectory of my life and my career. So I had recently graduated from business administration studies, which is what you study when you don't know what to study. And I had a brand new, freshly printed diploma, a bachelor in marketing. And very soon, after applying for almost 100 marketing jobs and getting invited to almost 0 interviews, I realized that that diploma, that piece of paper, was as worthless as mathematics or programming. Completely unnecessary. So, on this day in June, I was on a job platform, Austrian job platform called Karriere.at, and something on that day specifically, something caught my eye, something like clearly popped up. And I was on a list of categories of jobs, and there was marketing, blah, 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 and then IT, software development, and the thing that I clearly saw was the number of jobs in each category. Marketing, 100, 200, and then IT, 1,000 job openings. And I was like, wait a minute, I think I'm in a wrong profession here. I need to change something. And literally, that was the moment when I opened a new browser tab and I searched for business informatics studies in Vienna. And 1 month after I had applied to a Technikum Fachhochschule, like college in Vienna, and decided to start studying business informatics. So the lesson here for you is, no matter how nice of a person you are, how charismatic you are, it doesn't matter what kind of qualities you bring, the job market values the skills that you have. If you know something that a lot of companies find necessary and in demand, you will have absolutely no problem finding a job because you have valuable skills. And with the same effort, literally with the same type of work and effort, you can either be applying for hundreds of jobs, as I was doing. I was literally printing out CVs and going physically to the offices to show them, hey, I'm this nice, charismatic person, hire me. Like, that was the effort and creativity that I was putting in, or you can put the same amount of effort, and you will have companies headhunting you every single day, trying to win you and trying to give you any bonuses and any incentives so you can join their company and not other. And the only difference would be the value of your skills, what you learn, what profession you choose to follow. And the important addition to that is that you don't just learn something and just stop, because value actually changes over time. What is valuable today, because of AI mostly, will not be enough in 10 years maybe. So you actually build on top of that valuable skill set every year, every month. So you continuously learn and add so that you stay demanded and you have the leverage in negotiating with the companies, and you have this luxury state of the companies want me, so I can decide basically where I go. So you have the options. The importance of believing in your ability that you can learn something or do something, the difference it can make is whether you try something at all or you not even try because you don't have that belief. And I assure you that if you build that self-confidence that no matter how challenging or hard something is, given enough time and effort from my side, I can somehow manage to do that. That will completely change your perspective and how you approach difficult, challenging tasks. And how to build that confidence is actually a very complex and longer subject, but very shortly is you just build enough track record of yourself tackling challenging tasks. So at some point you believe, I have done this already in many different scenarios, so I can do it now as well. Our focus was definitely not to build a YouTube channel. I was like, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a content creator, I'm an engineer / entrepreneur. So Nikki actually convinced me after the playlist. She was like, let's continue doing this. I think we can build this into something. And we started creating the videos, the feedback came, engineers were grateful because they had exactly the same situation that I had when I was learning Kubernetes, so I was actually helping them with my videos. And then after Kubernetes playlist ended, they were requesting videos on other technologies in DevOps. And then basically at some point we decided to quit our freelance engineering jobs and do consulting so that I could continue learning DevOps and building my skills and then turning them into YouTube tutorials. And 4 years after, we're here with Takoina, a YouTube channel that a lot of engineers in the world know and that we're proud of, by the way, led by 2 female engineers, as a currently #1 DevOps engineering channel, which I'm also very, very proud of. And here the lesson is that no matter how you develop your career and how much seniority you get, if you start creating value that is impacting people's life in a positive way, with tutorials, education, or whatever it could be, even if it's 10,000 people, 5,000 people, it doesn't have to be a million or like this huge number, you automatically create a personal brand with a very strong community. Because when you give someone value that is changing their life, they associate that value and the feeling of gratitude with you and what you are doing. So that lets you create this strong community and brand, and once you have a personal brand with a strong community, that opens so many doors and opportunities for you in life that you could have never ever imagined if you didn't start building that personal brand. And the good thing is that you can actually do it next to your career, because that's what I did. I was becoming better as an engineer, and I was using those skills and that knowledge, again, in the YouTube channel to teach it to other engineers. And the opportunities you get are just exponentially higher and better than if you were just super experienced lead engineer. So that's the final lesson, and I actually share also these kind of insights and background stories on my LinkedIn channel. So if you guys want to connect with me, you will actually find the small cards on those, what do you call them, cocktail tables. So you can find the QR code there for me. And as a final note, talking about LinkedIn, we're going to do one more thing together, which is a stage selfie, which I'm going to post on LinkedIn. Thank you for awesome.
So let me introduce our fireside chat moderator, actually, Linda Mohammed. And let me also share a few words about Linda. She's an AWS community hero, a cloud expert, and an all-around inspiring leader in various IT technologies and methodologies. And she's done very many things in her life, from Java software development to product ownership. And outside of tech, she's also an artist and a juggler.
So I think that's the most important thing, like that we have a lot of people here who are eager also to learn, because when you want to transition to IT, you will never stop learning. Have you found you need to be extra friendly as a woman, or can you straight up tell people that they're wrong or ignored you?
You can be polite, but being direct, especially as a woman, usually helps you to be confident. You may not be, liked by everybody, but will be respected, and you will come across as confident.
That's why, I found your channel, because you have this explanation of what does this DevOps things.
I would really try to search for and identify things that are valuable that AI cannot replace, because AI has a strength and humans have their strength, and you literally should reverse engineer from what is going to be still valuable in the future that AI cannot do, and I'm going to just double down on that. Even if it means switching your career, but because we have test engineers who are really nervous about AI, because test engineering, like automation test, it's probably one of the easiest things for AI. But even as a test engineer, you still can, yes, you can identify a lot of the tasks within test engineering that AI cannot do, and I would just double down on that. Like even if it's managing people, if it's the business side, if it's, the architecturing of the test, and defining what test does a team need, the test first or test-driven development, whatever it is that AI cannot replace, just focus on that. And then you have to decide if it's more business and management side, and if you don't like that and you want to stay in tech, then you should think about what are the tech professions that AI cannot easily replace. I'm very big on role models, because I think people who have the courage and the strength, they should be, you should be a role model for those who don't have that strength and who don't have that courage. So we just got home from the airport. We are back in Vienna, and I actually have already planned the next 6 days of work. So today I'm going to be writing a 4-email sequence for students, for our bootcamp students who have completed the bootcamp. So it's going to be basically a check-in, next steps, and information whether they want to continue with learning with the more advanced bootcamp that they have, which we know a lot of people actually want to continue with that to kind of, level up, to kind of upskill. So making an offer, giving them any next steps advice, and also just checking in and seeing what is the feedback, which we then of course use as a way to improve the bootcamp, or if they have only positive things to say, also use it as a review or testimonial from students. So that's going to be a lot of copyright and valuable content writing task, because I make sure that every email that we send out has some kind of value in it, and it's just informative, like additional content for the students or for our email subscribers. Then tomorrow I'm going to be recording the entire crash course, including demo, for our tech YouTube channel. So I have planned in almost the entire day for that. After that, on Sunday, we are actually going to announce on all our social media that we're closing enrollments in one of our smaller courses, which means everyone who wants to absolutely enroll because they need to do the course for some certification or for their work, they have basically a small window of time to enroll, or they're just gonna basically wait till we relaunch. And we're closing the enrollments because we are gonna update the entire course. So basically re-record all the demos with the updated versions and UI of all the tools and so on. So it's basically a maintenance window where we do the update, and during the time we don't accept any enrollments. And after that, on Sunday afternoon, I'm gonna finalize actually 5 scripts of 5 pretty large videos that we're going to be sending out to our students per email. And on Monday, I'm going to be recording all those videos the entire day. So it's probably going to be 5 to 6 hours of recording straight, but those videos are going to be so extremely valuable and informative, like an add-on top of the educational content that they're getting. So I actually have a really good feeling about that. And I'm excited to record all of those. It's going to be pretty exhausting because recording process is always very draining for me because I literally put all my energy and passion in the recording process. So I have planned entire Monday just for that. And then on Tuesday, we are actually going to launch the email sequence with those videos that is going to automatically go out to our students every single week. On Tuesday evening, I have a massage and spa time planned, and I'm very much looking forward to that because I know I'm going to be pretty done and exhausted after the streak of every day full work mode. And I know I'm gonna need a small reset. So I planned that in as well. And then on Wednesday, the day after, I'm actually gonna be fully preparing the final chapter of our advanced bootcamp. It is gonna be pretty lightweight chapter with lightweight lectures, but it's still work because of course I want to make sure that it's still high quality, even though it's not as technical of a content as the rest of the bootcamp, of course. So as you see, I usually plan one large thing per day that I want to accomplish. And then whenever there are small things that just pop up, like, checking in with our engineers, with our team members, reviewing their work, giving them feedback or input if they need to, all of these kind of are secondary tasks that I then try to do after I accomplish this one main thing for the day. So the rest of the day, basically, I try to find time to do those small tasks that kind of pop up during the day or during the week. So it's going to be a lot of work in the next 6 days. So I will not be vlogging because I want to have my full focus and energy on the work and accomplishing those tasks. So now I'm going to pack, go to the office, and get to work, which means I will see you in the next vlog.